Under Tsarist rule, the Kazakh steppe. Before the storm, the huge Kazakh steppe from the Caspian Sea to the Altai Mountains came under Russian control in the 1800s. Tsarist Russia, wanting more land, saw Kazakhstan as important and full of resources. Russian settlers arrived, and new rules changed the traditional nomadic life of the Kazakh people. One big change was taking away Kazakh lands. These lands were often given to Russian farmers. This made the Kazakh people angry and disrupted their traditions. The Russian language became more important, and Kazakh culture and language were suppressed. By the early 1900s, Kazakhs started feeling a sense of national identity. Because of these harsh conditions, this led to a movement against Tsarist rule, the Alash movement. Voices of dissent, the rise of Alash leaders. During Tsarist oppression, some smart Kazakhs dreamed of a better future. These leaders, many educated in Russian universities, knew they needed to protect Kazakh culture, language, and freedom. Alekhan Bukhaykhanov, a scholar and politician, became a leader, speaking up for Kazakh rights. Akhmet Baytursinov, a linguist and teacher, worked hard to develop the Kazakh language. His work on the Kazakh alphabet and promoting Kazakh language education helped save Kazakh culture. Mirshakib Dulatov, a poet and writer, also played a key role. His writing made people feel national pride and resist colonial rule. These leaders started the Alash movement. They wanted the land confiscations to stop, the Kazakh language and culture to be preserved, and more freedom within the Russian Empire. A vision for autonomy, Alash's dreams for Kazakhstan. The Alash movement wasn't just against oppression. It had a plan for the future of the Kazakh people. They wanted Kazakhstan to be free within a democratic Russia. The Alash leaders imagined Kazakhs governing themselves, protecting their land and keeping their culture. Education was very important to them. They believed educated people were essential for a strong nation. Alash leaders created schools, newspapers, and cultural groups to promote Kazakh language and culture. They wanted to stop the spread of Russian influence and empower Kazakhs through knowledge. Their vision inspired many Kazakhs who wanted a better future. The Alash leaders' work helped create a national awakening. Between hope and despair, the Alash order and its short reign. The 1917 Russian Revolution was both good and bad for the Alash movement. The fall of the Tsar gave the Alash leaders a chance for autonomy. In December 1917, they held the Second Al-Kazakh Congress in Orenburg. This Congress declared the autonomy of the Alash Orda, a Kazakh government. The Alash Orda, led by Bukhaykhanov, tried to create peace and democracy in Kazakhstan. It was very difficult. The Russian Civil War was happening, and Kazakhstan became a battlefield. In 1920, the Bolsheviks took control of Kazakhstan, ending the Alash Order and hurting its leaders. Even though it didn't last long, the Alash Order was the first try at a Kazakh state in modern times. The Alash legacy echoes of resistance and the birth of a nation. Even though the Alash movement was stopped, the idea of a Kazakh nation remained. The ideas of Bukhaykhanov, Baytursinov, Dulatov, and other Alash leaders were important, even during Soviet rule. Their writings were kept secret by those who dreamed of a free Kazakhstan. During Perestroika and Glasnost in the 1980s, the Alash movement became important again. As the Soviet Union weakened, Kazakhs started talking about their history and wanting freedom. When Kazakhstan became independent in 1991, it was the end of a long journey. The Alash movement, though it failed, helped shape Kazakh identity. Today, independent Kazakhstan honors the Alash movement. It shows the power of ideas and the spirit of people who want to control their own future.